Hi, everybody. This is Gary D. with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. I want to say happy birthday to my niece, Molly. Anyway, today was an emotional roller coaster, to say the least. It was. We saw the markets, gap up, then we came down. And once we were here, I was kind of unsure whether they were going to hold this support and bring it back up, and they started to make a run, but I just didn't really trust it. And from there, it came down. And if you remember, I've had this line, the 50-25 level right here. This has been an AI pivot all week on it. This was the bottom of the range, and the actual top of the range. Actually, I'll go to the chart because I think I have it on the 60. So yeah, so these were the pivots that were the AI had picked out for for the week, and just follow the red. Everything underneath there, I was just trying to find out where support was. So it was here, and then from there we go all the way up, and it was the 51. I'm sorry. Yeah, 51.23, 51.47, 70, and then we went up to the 52.18. Now, these were actually the lines that were here. So it was actually, the one was at the 50.85, and then we went down to the 50.51. And then below the 50.51 was the final pivot here, and that was the 50.25. So when we started heading down, especially when, after we bumped up right there, I'm sorry, when we came, this is the 15-minute chart. I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay. So when we came down to the 50-25 level, this is where I got long with a credit spread, and it looked good. It was right at 50.25. Everything looked good. We were oversold on all the charts. Had some buy signals on the 15-minute chart, which you can see right here. And then they just fell through it. And from there, really the next major support that I'm seeing, they just kind of stopped this nowhere. And what I'm looking at is you have the 49.95, and then you have this gap down at the 49.84. So my guess is, especially if they take out these lows, I think they're going to come right through the 49.95, and they're going to come and close this gap at the 49.84. And there's a lot of fear in this market right now, and especially now that they're there and they're realizing that there is not going to be any Fed cuts, or maybe there might be one if they're lucky, but they're talking. I know there's a percentage right now thinking about a rate hike. So all that was built into this market is now kind of stuck up here. And with the geopolitical stuff going on, the bulls can't catch up any kind of break at all. They seem like they're trying to get the market up after hours, and then once the market opens, we just come straight down. And we've seen this. This has been a kind of a normal, the new norm, where we gap up and then come down. So the bears are in full control right now. You can see on the hourly chart we have a buy signal coming, but I'm more going to play it by ear and just really play what happens. Again, if the bulls can get above the 50-57, then they got a shot for these highs here, which I think I have them. I put them over here. Hang on one second. So yeah, so if they can get above this resistance right here, right around that 50-44, then they're going to come up and test this 50-55 level. And if they can get above that, then they're looking at this 50-78 resistance. So they've dug themselves a hole right now, and with the fear, they're not getting a chance to breathe. And we've seen this move going pretty much straight up since October, and they've had zero pushback. Every single little pullback we had lasted 2 days, and it was about 100 points, and then we were back up to new highs within a day later. And so everybody's just kind of expecting to bounce. And I was looking at it because of the signals that I was seeing, and I don't, right now I'm not really quite sure that they're going to catch any break. I'm sure we're going to get some type of bounce, and it'll probably come from, some false flag, meaning that, they're going to hit the wires with there's some peace talk, or not peace talk, but I forget what I'm talking about right here. The ceasefire. I couldn't believe that. I can't forgot that. But anyway, the so they'll probably do something like that and then get the algos running and we'll see the market up 100 points and then when Israel goes after Iran, we're going to see the selling right back again. But that's really the way that I see it playing out if we're getting these bounces because. I believe that these, the sellers are going to stay there. And as I've talked to a lot of people, like I said, we've been saying this since November after the S&P started breaking through those major resistance levels. The dynamics of the market changed, and that's it. So then it was up until April. I didn't really believe it was going to go up the way it did without any really pullback. But this is what happens when you do that is you really don't have any true support levels. So if I kind of zoom out here and look at it, there's no base whatsoever except until you get down to this 47.89. You have a couple little drops here, but these aren't like true bases. Like this was a true base right here. So when they broke through it, that was the signal that the dynamics changed and that we're going to go up until April. But as far as like real support, it comes down all the way at this 47.28. But I'm not saying we're going there right now. It wouldn't surprise me just because this market is either all in or all out. But the thing is that there's some support really in this area here as well. But I think that they're going to probably use this gap as support because it runs right into the 23% retracement as well. But overall, today and yesterday have been probably two of the craziest days I've seen in over 20 years, 25 years I've been doing this, probably longer than that, but I don't want to age myself. And really what I mean by that is that yesterday we were seeing moves that were literally going up and down some 40 points and it wasn't going anywhere. So every big rip we got was sold off and then bid back up. And this was the base they were trying to form. And then we had this drop. And now, even today where, like I said, we got a little trapped into that trade because the 50-25 didn't hold. But look what happened. It found this support here and jumped up way above into the right around that 53 level. So this is a 5-minute bar. And 10 minutes later, we're back below it. And that's been the norm lately. And it's really, really hard to trade. That I will be the first one to say it. The AIs are having a hard time with this stuff. Even the pivots that they're putting out are not being followed. And, it's that one of those things that you just need to, you have to almost close your eyes and take a trade, which is not really my cup of tea because I like to look for, buy signals or sell signals and then look for support and resistance. And we're getting buy signals and we're getting little bounces and then the lows are getting taken out of that. So it's definitely not an easy market to trade. You can't really we did a credit spread today. We were underwater when this happened, but then we were back, up as high as we were when it was here, and then it closed back down right where it was a break even. I think we lost a few $100, but and that happened in the last 20 seconds. If it would have stayed above the 2025, we would have made max gain. The last 20 seconds of it dropped down here to where it was a minus 300. So it has not been easy. I don't believe it's going to be getting any easier. And then once really we're looking at that April 22nd, whether we get a bounce before then or not, that's when I think the real fireworks are going to happen on the downside, and we're going to start seeing, 50, 60, 100-point move down, and you're really going to want to look in just one direction until the low period comes. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.